Alright everybody, welcome back. New day. It is Sunday the 4th of August 2024. We managed to get in here and do some whacking. Hit it with a weed whacker. Yeah, I would have rather hit it with a weed whacker. But anyway, we got it. We got the big stuff cleared out, and all the snakes weeded from this side back that way. The residual yellows that you see in here, these are going to go off sheet over here, and we just got to cross verify those. So I believe we've got everything else pretty much what we want it to look like, or need it to look like. The only thing that I have to really concern myself with and watch what I'm doing is right in this area, right in here, because that's where the oscillator coil is going to be, and the band switch and everything else. The kitchen sink and the toilet might even be there too. So when we get back into this area right here, we're going to have to be really cautious, because we don't want to infringe on our critical lead dress. It doesn't look like there's a great deal of concern there, but I've yet to go through there and read all those notes. There ain't a great deal there, so I was more concerned about getting these things documented and how they had it. And if I could closely match that with my graphic, I shouldn't have any problem about lead dress. Now these over here that are coming out, well, they don't come out beyond the panel, so they're tucked in down in deep in this bend right here. So that's the only difference with that. Let me see. I got the IS drawn in, and this stuff, those there are still intact. They look good. The wires that I'm talking about. And it's a good thing I didn't have to take and repair any of these wires, is because that lug right there, fastener, is twisted and it's soldered. It is grounded to the chassis. That is the shell of the can. Like I said before in the previous one, there's my terminal strip for the I still gotta tie those wires in. They had green and red. I'm gonna have probably green and red also that goes in here. Everything that, as far as I could tell, everything they had yellow in here is B minus. And B plus. So everything in here that was yellow was B minus or B plus. Now let me just double check here. Yellow cathode, grounds and returns black, B plus is red, power supply negative leads violet. Well, it don't look like they really adhered to that. On some they did and others they didn't. So what I did was I broke it out. All the yellow is going to be a B minus wherever I found it. There is a lot of connection points here on all the tube bases where they use tie points, and so it does get a little involved and a little bit more complex when you got a tie point. And understand why they used them, and the purpose of it was to keep from having to go a long distance with some of these things. Look at that sucker. That thing there, I guess, is about 3 inches long, and then it goes to about an extra 1.5 inches on both sides. So you're looking at about 5 inches, 6 inches or so overall length. And if you got to tie it to like this to the same tube, and the next lug over, well, yeah, okay. So anyway, that all the B plus is getting changed to red. All the B plus is getting changed to red. And then the yellow is going to be the B minus. And returns or something like that. The skeeters are starting to build. Let's see, what else was I going to touch base on? I don't see. Yeah, this thing right here. That thing has got a sleeve on it, a rather stout one. But inside there is a resistor, and that is R9. R9 spans across there. I'm with the expansion of that going across that IF can, and that's another 1.5 inches or something like that, 1.25 inches, and then the tube pin out where it's supposed to connect to, and the pin out over here. They needed a long ass lead on that resistor, so I think what they did was they just tied something onto one or both sides, and then just put a sleeve over it, and to keep it from touching other things that it's not supposed to. So anyway, I'm to a break point. It is 2:45. I've been out here on a couple of different occasions, early until about 11 o'clock when it was pushing 100. It's pushing 105 right now. And the brain is saying, brain freeze, go in, get some ice cream, brain freeze. Because I'm having to look at this thing too many times in order to keep my memories working. So I'm in heat mode. So anyway, we got that much of it completed. There. And we left the IF wiring intact, capacitors intact except for that one, and some of the wiring that we still have to verify, and double check to make sure that my eggs aren't falling out of the basket. So, and we got it all documented here. Or that, that almost looks as bad as that did. But you can freak a second, man. So, we're taking a break. So, we'll see you on the next segment. All right. It's still same day, different time. The 4th, Sunday. It's a little past 7 o'clock in the evening. And we're going to start tomorrow morning, first thing, maybe second thing, after I have coffee. And open my eyes. And come out and unlock the oubliette. We're going to go ahead and start replacing all the caps. There was 3 resistors in here that were bogus. they were like 30% over. And they was, remember the one I said that was hidden in there? Well, that was a 220. That was that one. And then there was this one. That's this one up here. This one right here. This one right here. And that one in there. So there's only 3 of them. So, and they were all bad. So I've checked these other resistors to see what they were running, and I believe they were all within reason. No hurt bag there. I still got a I think that one there I checked also, and I don't know about the 15 meg. I think I did check the 15 meg. I think it was all right. I don't remember and can't say that I checked that 4.7 meg and whether or not it's going to have to be changed out, but we're ready to do that. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that in the morning. The next time you see this thing, it's going to have new parts in it, and hopefully some of this other stuff either clipped up and redone or clipped out once I get it. And then I'm going to what am I going to do? Okay, we're going to take and just dry run putting the components back in. The main components I'm mostly worried about is the band switch and the oscillator coil. We'll put them in there on a temporary basis, and we'll get a measurement to each terminal point to point, and then we'll cut the wire for that and put it aside so that we can, once we get all the connection points, interconnection between oscillator and band switch, we'll pull them off and dress the wires onto those particular components, whichever is going to be the easiest to get through. On this one, on the band switch, it's going to go in there like that. The ones I'm mostly concerned with is going to be on the bottom side that's up against the chassis top. So it'll be all of these on this half of both wafers. You get the wire or component out and get it soldered into the lugs and dress it out so we can make the connection to the other points. If that is not an option, then what we'll do is we will take the oscillator coil, how it goes in there and how this goes in there, and we'll interconnect the two, and then we'll put them in as one unit. We might have to do that. So anyway, enough said for the day. We're gonna close up. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. Leave them comments and like and subscribe. Thank you very much.